Hi, I'm Judy Morano, and welcome to the show. Today I'm here with Paul Toscano, who is a very, very busy man in Putnam County.
Yeah, thanks, Judy. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure.
I am busy, as you very well know.
I do. So tell me, people who don't know you, let's just tell them who you are first so that we build your credibility.
My credibility. Yeah, I'm Paul Toscano. I have numerous involvements in music and even here at Comcast, too. But I have a radio show. It's called Pork Chops Blues Time, which is on every week on Pauling Public Radio. We're going to go live now Thursday nights starting in September. I have two festivals I'm running. One is for you. That's September 30th. That's the Brewster Music Festival. But before that, we have the 6th annual Patterson Rotary Blues and Barbecue, which is a 2-day event.
Okay, so we need to talk about this. We need to slow down and back up and start from scratch.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Pauling Radio.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Well, my sons used to go to Top Day School several years ago, and one of the women that worked there, her husband was involved with Pauling Public Radio. Said, you ought to do a show there. I said, about what? Music. No,
Well, I could do that.
So we had to come up with a name, and my brother named me Pork Chop when we were kids.
Do I want to know why?
Probably not.
Okay.
But Teddy was cool. He was a cool brother. Of course, I was cool back to him. Then we named him Chuck Chop. And then he named the little brother Lamb Chop.
Oh, God. So Pork Chop is your Pork Chop Blues? Is that what it's called?
It's called Pork Chops Blues Time. It's a moniker I've used on and off over the years, whether if I'm out playing, sometimes I'll use that name. But, so yeah, Pork Chops Blues Time, which originally it was just all blues, that's all it was. And started incorporating a little jazz, funk, soul, rock and roll, because it all is all based off of blues progressions anyway. So I thought, you know what, I can really expand it. So I'm having a lot of fun with it now, and I'm really enjoying doing it. Now I'm doing interviews in the studio now.
Wow. Local interviews, like people who live around here, or just?
Yeah, recently was P.D. Hop. He was one. And then before that was another guy, Ben Rounds, who played locally at the Reverie Cafe. And I will have Johnny Scopoletti from Fresh Paint. He will be coming into the studio next month, and as will Willa Vincitor, who's also playing the Blues and Barbecue.
Nice.
So,
and your show comes on when?
Right now, it's Sunday night from 6 to 7 p.m.
Okay.
So it was a show that I produced out of my home because they didn't keep engineers in the station on Sunday nights.
Okay.
So now I finally got a slot on Thursday nights from 9 to 10 p.m. where I'll have a studio engineer and we can work from that format live. Yeah, and it'll be a lot of fun.
And for those people who don't know, how do we find Pauling Public Radio on our radio stations?
103.7 FM. They don't really get too far out of town right now. They're building a
You must stand in Pauling to hear Pauling Public Radio.
Oh, yeah, right. Or go online. You can pick them up on paulingpublicradio.org or tunein.com.
Okay.
But the new transmitter is being built, and it should be finished by October, which now I guess they'll get like a 25-mile radius.
Okay.
Which isn't huge, but...
No, but it's enough. I mean, you'll reach down to Brewster Carmel
yeah,
area, right?
Right. And maybe over to Connecticut a little bit. And, I also upload the show onto Mixcloud. So I've started to build up, a decent amount of followers in a short amount of time. I mean, I've done this show... I did it from 2012 till 2014, and then it just became too busy. And
Go figure.
This year I said, you know what, I'm not busy enough.
I had 5 minutes on Sunday night that I could make a show. That's what you thought, right? That's what I think all the time. I have 5 free minutes.
Because you're the other busy person.
I know. So you're doing your show at Comcast, at Pauling Public Radio.
Right.
You're involved with the Rotary.
With the Rotary, yes. I got involved with the Rotary through Billy Flash and Jim Byron from Patterson Auto Body. And I never really knew what it was about,
I have to be honest, I'm not really sure either.
It's a wonderful organization. We raise money to help people in need, whether it's kids who need a break going to college, or Habitat for Humanity.
Okay. Do you have to be a business owner to be part of the Rotary?
No, you don't. No.
See, misnomer on my part.
I'm just a musician.
Okay.
And I got involved with that and worked heavily on blues and barbecue last year. Then it was given to me this year for the music aspect of it.
Okay.
And of course I took the whole project on. But I will say that it never would get off the ground without all the great people within that Rotary organization.
And everybody chips in and helps.
Everybody chips in and
Is
helps.
this their major fundraiser for the year?
This is one of their major fundraisers. This is probably, I think, is the biggest one. The other one is the Men Who Cook.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the one that Michael Ingber
You do that over at the Steelworkers, right?
Yes, yep. Starlight Caterers, I think it is. And I was part of that this year.
Did you cook?
I didn't cook. I was serving.
Okay.
I was serving and having a good time, too, because one of the local guys kept mixing me a drink and bringing it over. Keep me on my toes.
Exactly. Or not on your toes, however.
No, oh, yeah, and plus I did a little emceeing, too, during the raffles.
Cool. So tell me about what happens on Blues and Barbecue. What's the day like? What should people be looking for? When should they come?
Well, the Blues and Barbecue starts at noon and ends at 7 p.m. There will be 5 bands on both days.
Okay.
So
It's the same time both days?
Yeah.
Noon to 7?
First band goes on at noon will be Guys Night Out. From there, around 1:30, it will be the Brothers of the Road Band, which is an Allman Brothers tribute band.
Oh, cool.
Which I may get to sit in with. I've done that with them several times. Following them will be Pat O'Shea, and he used to play with Levon Helm and the Barn Burners. Following Pat O'Shea will be the Fresh Paint Band, and then closing out the night will be Willa and Company, and that's going to be dynamite because that's a 9-piece band, horns and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, she's fabulous. She's got 3 songs in the Roots and Music charts, now.
Oh, wow.
On her latest release.
And is there a cost to come in?
No, there's no cost associated with it. How we make money is we'll ask for donations. We'll keep, Minnie, our blues woman, out there. She was a big help last year. She just looked like a dummy, but she was good.
She was good.
Yeah, she was good. And then through things we sell, through the barbecue.
So you charge the money for the barbecue goes to you guys?
Yes, and then wine and beer we get donated. Last year, all the beer was donated by Daryl's house.
Ah.
So as a result, they get the sponsorship banners, and of course there's
Nice.
sponsors. Acme is the main sponsor
Nice.
of this year's event, and I think Ingersoll will be another one of the sponsors, and a few others. I can't remember their names right now.
Okay.
There
And where does it take place?
Right at the Patterson Fire Department on Burdick Road and Route 311.
Okay.
And it will be 2 days long. It will also be on Sunday. Sunday will be another day of great music. It's going to open up with Dylan Doyle.
Okay.
He's
Totally different bands on Sunday.
totally different bands. And then Sarah Colvin will be playing. Special Sauce will be playing. And the Tony T. and City Express Band. And then there's another band called Dynamite. They just signed up today.
Okay.
So we have it fully rounded out. And in between sets, we're going to have acoustic guitar players just kind of pick up in the background. So this just wasn't your idea. This one came from somebody else even before we even discussed this.
No, I think it's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
It's a great idea.
So
That's my idea now.
And this is Festival 1. So
Okay.
Festival 1...
Has it always been 2 days?
No. 2016 was the first time it went to
That's a huge event. I mean, you're doing 2 huge days.
Yeah, so you kind of have to hope that the weather's going to be good on both days.
Right.
And it really wasn't last year. It wasn't horrible. Last year we pulled well over 3,000 people total.
Wow.
And I think it was 2,200 on Saturday, which is absolutely a stellar day weather-wise.
Wow.
Sunday was a little bit more overcast and a bit of showers here and there, but it dried up and the people came out and it was a party right to the end.
So it's how many years? 6, you said?
This would be the 6th.
So you've got a following now. People look forward to it. They mark it on their calendars. Is it always the same weekend every year?
Yes, it's the same weekend. And so we're hoping for 2 nice days this year.
Okay.
You know,
Keep
the
my
law
fingers
of
crossed.
averages should work itself out.
It's been raining a lot, so hopefully it'll be clear by then.
Yeah, that's what I'm hopeful for anyway.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And then the money goes to whatever causes need to be...
Right. We have 2 events per year where we hand out monies. One's in February, and then the other one's in June. So, we'll get together, and there'll be a vetting committee. The vetting committee will look at all the submissions for the year and determine who meets the requirements to get the money.
That's terrific.
I
had no idea this was such a huge organization.
They say with the Rotary, do good and have fun. And honestly, we get together at 7:30 on a Tuesday morning. It is insane. Everybody's on their game. The jokes, the laughs.
That's great. And everyone's out doing a good, you feel like you're doing a good thing on top of everything else. Yeah. You're doing a really good thing.
And I even have my 13-year-old sons involved. They're involved in the Patterson Interact, which is like a mini Rotary.
Okay. Wow.
So
Didn't know that existed either.
Too, yeah.
Is that open to any kid?
Yep. And this also looks good for them, for school.
I'm just thinking for
on.
Schooling. That's what I'm thinking of. And that you have to go through the Rotary to be involved? Does you have to is it?
No, you don't. They don't have to have parents.
Oh, you don't?
Yeah, you don't have to have parents in the Rotary to be involved.
Wow.
Yeah. So, it's good for my kids because my boys are very smart, which they didn't get from me. They got it from their mom.
But it's always good to pad that resume a little bit.
Yeah, it's good on their resume.
Exactly.
So, with their good grades and things like, community service and helping out.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah, we've even helped with the food pantry, too, with the boys.
Wow.
Come Thanksgiving time.
Now, what's the weekend again for Booze and Barbecue? Just tell us again.
16th and 17th of September.
16th and 17th
so
of
it's just,
September.
5 weeks?
Yeah. It's a lot.
It's coming fast and a lot of work to do. I've been busy for the last couple of days nonstop with that.
Okay. So we met when you brought your Rotary clan to a very early morning at the studio around the corner. What a great group of people. They were so energetic and they were so fun to be around. But we decided after you looked upstairs at the theater that you wanted to jump in with 2 feet and start doing stuff.
I walked into that theater and I was struck.
It's incredible.
The look, the dynamic, the feel, and
the sound.
What I saw was a venue of, maybe world class might be too big of a way to say it, but it'll be super. It really will be super.
It's going to be fantastic when it's done.
Like I said, the ones who play at Daryl's house and the ones who play at the town choir will now have a place from point A, that will be point B, to point C.
Yes.
And you'll be able to compete. Was it 250 seats?
It's 250 seats, correct.
It will be dynamite.
Yeah. So
I want to be the first band that plays there.
All right, we'll see what we can do. So one of the things you jumped in with, and you decided to do a jam, not the jelly kind, but a jam around the corner.
Yeah. The jam around the corner at the studio around the corner. And we appreciate playing in that venue because it's a nice, small, personal space.
Right.
It's got a good sound, even though it has small ceilings.
Yeah, it does have a really nice
low
sound
ceilings.
to it. Yeah. So what is it now? People just want to show up and they want to play? I mean, is there a house band there and people play with the house band? How does it work?
The house band is Special Sauce. So
Okay.
that's Tony Train on drums, Bob Cage on guitar, Tony Cataldo on bass, and myself on vocals and harmonica. And we have the back line. We bring the back line, so there's amps and guitar, amplifiers and drums, and the PA system. So if somebody wants to come in and do a set of 3 songs, you get 10 minutes or 15 minutes.
Okay,
for 3
so
songs.
it's a specific amount of time. They can't just go up there and just spend the whole night up there.
No, they'll get the hook.
Look.
And it's funny, the last one we did, a young man came in and I was looking at him. I said, well, he looks like a rocker. And he tells me he's a comedian. But he's a heavy metal guitarist, but he's a comedian. So he did a stand-up. So that's what he did.
Maybe he was confused with open mic and...
Well, he didn't know. He asked me, guys, is this a music open mic? I said, yeah. I said, but you want to do your stand-up, but you go right ahead. And he made us laugh.
Did he make you laugh? He was funny?
Yeah, he was funny.
That's great. That's great. So they come up, they have to sign up ahead of time? How do you decide who goes, when, what, where?
Well, whoever signs up first, if they're a band, they'll go up by how they signed up.
Okay.
Otherwise, we'll match up, certain players with other members. Somebody might come up and say, "Oh, I just want to sing. I need a band." So, they'll have a backup, and we could use anybody who came down that night if they want to sit in, because the house band will usually play 3 or 4 songs, and then open it up to musicians who want to play.
And you get a nice turnout.
Yeah, yeah. It's been a slow build.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we need to find a permanent night. We kind of shifted around on nights a little bit, but it's always tough. You know, Monday nights nobody wants to go out, and Friday nights you're never going to get a musician to go out.
Because they're all busy doing something
else. They're
else.
all busy working.
Right.
So you know, Wednesday, Thursday nights probably the best. And it's, you know,
Hopefully it'll just continue to build, because I really love the idea.
Yeah, I do too.
I really love the whole concept of it. Just is really cool.
Yeah, I do too. And I think it could be something really special.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And it has a really nice feel. It feels like it fits right now. And as we get bigger and go upstairs, we have more space.
Yeah, it's funny how the jam around the corner kind of morphed into something else, didn't it?
Yes, it did. So the jam around the corner turned into, hey, you want to have a music festival?
Let's raise some money to restore the old theater.
Yeah, so that's how this started. We were going to raise some money, and so we kind of both thought we had 5 minutes in the end of September that we could run a music festival.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Because everybody thought I was out of my mind taking on 2 festivals that are 2 weeks. You know.
I think you are. But maybe we'll have, what we should do is we should advertise one at the next place, and they can just bring your 2,300 people down to the music festival.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be great? So our music festival is, for those who don't know, it is September 30th
Yep.
at Wells Park, and that'll be from 12 to 6. And Paul is running the music. And you want to tell us who's...
Well, we're going to start off again with, you know, our band Special Sauce will open up the day. And from there, it will go to Sole Proprietors. I believe that was the arrangement. And then a new band called Analog, which is essentially, well, one of the people who's running sound for us, Kevin Beiersdorfer, he's the bass player in Analog.
Okay.
So it's a good fit for him, especially he'll make sure the sound's perfect.
Right, right.
He does a great job with Blues and Barbecue. And then, again, Fresh Paint was he saw the theater, you know, Johnny Scopoletti saw this theater from the pictures that I posted, and he thought, what a dynamite idea to be able to support that. So he wanted to lend a hand whichever way he could. All these bands did.
Yeah.
And even Kevin is donating his
Everybody's
time
donating,
and
which is really amazing. I love that kind of community spirit when everyone kind of just goes, yeah, we want to do this because it's a good thing.
I've done a lot of things on a budget of nothing.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So we'll have the bands, and in between, this novel idea that I had, we're going to have some acoustic guys playing. We have Frank Peter Funigello. We'll be doing some acoustics, and Joe Krasetsky will be doing some stuff, and he writes a lot of his own stuff, so that'll be really great. In between, so we'll have there won't be a whole lot of downtime, sound time. Like, it'll be something going on the whole time.
Right. There's always going to be something. And there's going to be, the toss game is going to be
there?
there?
Right, we're going to have cornhole there, we're going to have volleyball there, we have the playgrounds. If you've never been to Wells Park before, there are 2 very nice playgrounds.
Nice park.
And it's got sort of a stadium seating feel to it, so we can walk around, and then we're going to have some food trucks and ice cream truck and donations. Oh, T-shirts.
Oh, we're going to have Minnie. We'll have to bring Minnie out.
We'll have Minnie out, yes.
We'll have to change her.
Right.
You know, give her
we're going to have some T-shirts. We're going to have an opportunity to buy some bricks for our patio as a donation.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be, all we need is good weather.
Good weather and a lot of people that want to come down.
Right. And it's going to be a community event. There is no charge.
Right.
And we're looking for families. We don't necessarily just want the grown-ups. We want the kids as well.
That's exactly right. And that's the same theme we use for the Rotary Blues and Barbecue. So having it family-friendly, you know, everybody gets a day out.
Right.
Kids get to have a good time. There's that playground, that nice playground there at Wells Park that they'll get to use.
Right.
I think there's tennis courts there too.
There are.
And
there are.
basketball
courts.
So I don't think anybody would be bored. And you'll have the music playing.
That's what I'm thinking. And you could bring a Frisbee if you want, and you can hang out, and you could bring a picnic blanket, and just sort of enjoy the day.
Right, and there's that little covered area. So if parents want to stay there with their children, keep them out of the sun, they can do that.
We've got it all covered. What do you think?
I believe we have it covered. I think it's going to be a dynamite festival.
I certainly hope so. I hope it's a wonderful day. And like I said, for me, it's very important that everybody from the community comes out to join us. It's not just about one group of people or one age group. I'd like to see the whole mix of people coming out and spending the day with us.
I want to see it over capacity.
That would be nice.
Yeah, and I
That
want to see
would be
people
nice.
donating. And if this is successful, we can do it again next year, or even hold a winter event.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
something. But to restore
think-
this theater, if people really understand what this theater is about,
Right.
and what it could mean to Brewster, and even the people who live outside of the area.
Right. It's got huge opportunities to bring real live theater and music into the area at a reasonable cost, and we don't really have that right now.
No, we don't. I mean, we have things that are close by, but nothing right here.
Right. Right. And it's right in the middle of Brewster, so I think that that's ideal.
You know, and with Brewster going through its redevelopment, you know, it seems quite natural to have that.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. So, okay, so Blues and Barbecue,
Right.
16th and 17th. Jam coming up,
That is coming up on
30th?
the 30th.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, that can't be. 30th is our music festival. That cannot be.
No, August 30th.
August 30th. Okay.
August 30th.
September 30th, music festival.
Mhm.
What's next for you? You're going to be so bored when it's all over.
Oh, I don't think so. No, I'll just go on and do something else. You know, I'll get back into my video production stuff that I mess around with too.
Okay.
I used to do a lot of video work here at this studio.
Uh-huh.
But I shoot video with a guy. I was just up at the it was called the Woods Bash. It was the 48th reunion of Woodstock Festival.
Oh, wow.
So I was there Friday shooting video for the day, and it was pretty interesting.
Does it look different?
Well, it's not held at Bethel Woods.
Okay.
It's about 10 miles from Bethel Woods.
Uh-huh.
It's I forget the name of the camp, but the hippie lifestyle is very much alive, including all the smells that come with it.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. And it's a music festival? It's
Oh
an-
yeah, it was great. It was great. I videotaped a guy playing a sitar and a hang drum. Have you ever seen a hang drum?
No.
Oh, it's incredible. It's just, it almost looks like two woks put together.
Okay.
Right? I know. But imagine when I was getting ready to video what I was thinking. I mean, so he would just touch it in certain places and it would put out these incredible tones.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah. And he played this thing for about 5 minutes, which was about, 4 minutes
too
longer
long.
than I- But it was pretty neat just the same. It really was. I enjoyed that. And he had a sitar he played, and that was great. And he did a classical guitar piece, too. It's just this one guy.
So music is your thing. Music is it. Music and production, things happening in the music industry. Seems like it's sort of all-encompassing for you.
Yeah, ever since moving to the Hudson Valley, I would say that in the last 9 years.
You consider yourself a musician?
Yeah, I'm a musician.
That's your trade.
That's my trade. I mean, I don't do it for a living
Uh-huh.
because I'm just happen to be fortunate enough not to. So that lets me put my fingers
Do a little bit of everything.
everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether I'm a spectator or whether I'm a participant, whether I'm helping produce a video for a friend, or produce a show like the two shows that we're working on. I love it. I really do. It's this stage of my life. It's perfect for me.
Right. So now you make your own time, you make your own hours, and you do what you love.
I do. I really, really do.
That's fantastic.
I'm never bored. I said before, I'm the busiest guy that doesn't make a dime.
But you're happy.
Well, yeah, I'm rich in other ways.
There you go.
That's the way I look at it.
Yes, wealthier than most because
Yeah.
you're happy.
I have a lot of musician friends, and
There's a huge, what I've noticed with even Blues and Barbecue and our music festival, there's a huge amount of talent in this area.
Oh, it is. What's the whole Hudson Valley? I mean,
Yeah, I don't think I realized that when I first moved up here. I didn't realize that there's a lot of stuff going on.
it is amazing to me. It really is. I mean, I came from Long Island. There's a lot of music scene there, but nothing like this.
Really?
Nothing as diverse as this.
And you would think in Long Island, being near the city, and
Nah, and the opportunities here are greater.
really.
I think so. I really, really do. I mean, being a blues musician, you're never going to get rich. You're just not going to do it. Music in general, it's a sad state
Right,
these days.
right.
Nothing is recorded with instruments anymore. They do it with MIDIs. I would love to just record to tape. And I know some people that do that. They still record on tape.
Wow.
But, real instruments, real voices,
It just seems like everywhere you turn, there's music and more music between Daryl's house and our stuff and over in Beacon, and it's ridiculous. I mean, I
Right.
really had no idea.
Yeah, you have all these wonderful venues. Yeah, Bacon's loaded with them. You have Quinn's, you got the Town Crier. You have the Falcon up in Marlboro.
Right.
But
Do you play at all those places?
I actually played at Town Crier with the Brothers of the Road Band. I've played at the main stage twice at the Falcon. I played at Daryl's house on my wedding anniversary last year, but my wife was very cool about it. So we just went out to dinner a different night.
Right, there you go.
It was a school night.
It was a school night.
So it didn't really matter.
It's busy that night.
Yeah,
That's great. So yeah, so you're taking advantage of all the stuff that's around here.
I do, yeah.
And I think that we need people like you that have the ability to bring all of these people together for these different causes. I think that's such a great skill, to have the connection to put everybody, bring everybody to a good place.
It's funny, it feels good. I came from a completely different world. In my working life, I was a project manager.
Well, it's not that different than what you're doing, actually.
No, it's not. I was managing complete, projects of building communications facilities.
Okay, so now you're managing festivals.
Yeah, it's a lot more fun.
Yeah,
It
but
really
not
is.
so far. You're not really straying that far from your roots.
No, I just using my organizational skills.
There you go. They're the same no matter what.
Although I'm brushing up on them because after 9 years of not using them at the same level, I'm relearning certain things and processes all over again.
All over again, yeah.
And fortunately, my wife is a really good project manager, so that also helps. I can bounce ideas
Right.
off of her.
It's good to have that person to say, what do you think about this, or what do you think about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, you are definitely, I thought I was busy until I met you. You are definitely the busiest person I know.
We're so busy we hardly even talk to each other.
Well, I look forward to Blues and Barbecue, and of course our festival, and of course the jam. And if people have information, they want information, where do we look for information on all of these things? Do we have
Well, there's info at pattersonbluesandbarbecue.com is
Good.
one.
okay, the jam is
on Facebook.
on
right?
Facebook.
There's the jam around the corner at the studio around the corner.
Right, and then the Cultural Arts Coalition has it on our website, the music festival, so
correct.
people can reach out if they have information, or they want to hang out, or they, whatever.
They can always reach me on Facebook too.
Perfect,
Could always do that.
perfect.
I'll always listen. I'll always try to help out where I can.
Thank you. We really appreciate everything you're doing for the community. It's huge.
Thank you for allowing me.
It's
I'm having
huge.
fun.
Good, good.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us. I look forward to working with you.
Same here.
And I'm sure we're going to have a great time.
I bet you we will.
I think so. Thank you very much for joining us today, and hope you have a good day.